I think of the work now. I'm gonna be like a little bit late because it's currently 9 o'clock and work starts at 9, but I'm like 2 minutes away, so I'm gonna be 5 minutes late, which is not a good thing, but oh, I hate being late. I was debating whether I should show up in person or not today, but I gotta put in the work because that's what being a good employee is. You know that bit of me like smashing the button really fast? Well, someone kind of just walked into me doing that, and I feel kind of bad because it kind of seemed like I was rushing to close the door. Yeah, I feel kind of bad. So I just wrapped up at work. Now I'm gonna go ahead to my first class and only class of the day, and that's gonna be it. Not too bad of a day, but I'm very tired, so I'm taking a nap. Okay, so I gotta do my homework, which requires me to watch a movie, and thankfully it's just a movie, it's no reading, so I can just do it from the comfort of my bed. And yeah, I've gotten very lucky with homework and midterms this year. And if you're one of those people that's taking a midterm, good luck, Godspeed, you'll be fine, but I've been lucky enough to not have a single midterm, so I'm just very happy about that. And my homework's been super light this semester too, which has allowed me to just basically just work on videos and also look for internships on the me time. So I've gotten a lot done for extracurricular wise since school itself has not been that bad. But anyways, gotta do my homework and I'll see you after I'm done. Okay, so we just got done watching the movie and also doing all my homework. And all I have to do is finish this vlog up, and I know exactly what I'm gonna talk about today. And it's the topic of how life does not get easier. And let me explain what I mean by that. Now, life does not get easier by any means. It definitely does not. And life doesn't get any easier just because of all the stresses that we have to go through and how all of these stresses pile up each time we progress to the next stage of life. And all these stresses can be different things, such as school, relationships, fan trips, jobs, family, etc. And this is most obvious when you look back on your life, depending on how far you are in each stage of your life. If you're just like an elementary school student watching this, I don't know why you're watching this, but you're not gonna really understand what I'm talking about. But if you're like a college student, you'll definitely understand what I mean. And it's because if you look back in elementary school, for example, my biggest worry was that if I didn't have the best elite socks, if you guys remember that, comment down below. They kind of looked like this right here. That was my biggest worry in elementary school. Just I didn't have the best socks that everyone else had. When it comes to middle school, my problems became a little more complex, but still very surface level. For example, my biggest worries were if I was dressing weirdly, or if the secret crush I had found out that I liked her, or just basically what high school I was gonna go to after middle school. And that was my biggest worries. Very surface level, but it's starting to get more complex. However, my high school problems became more oriented towards the future, and definitely my stresses piled up more and more because when it came to high school, my biggest worries were getting good grades, having enough extracurricular activities, getting into a good college. And college just consumed my entire life. That was what became my high school life. Just making sure I was setting myself up to go into a good college. And you have to do a lot in order to do that. And I'm not here to talk about that because I think there's enough, how-to videos on YouTube to get into colleges, and I hate that genre of YouTube. Let me be honest, I hate it, but if you're one of those people that makes them, more power to you, but I hate them. Then finally, when it comes to college, there are so many complex problems that I never had to worry about before, and now I do, just because I'm almost gonna be an independent person. I'm not independent yet. I still have to rely upon my parents, which is not a bad thing. But my problems include finding a job, balancing a relationship with friendships, being broke, and figuring out what to eat on my own because I'm not, living with my parents. So it's up to me to figure out what to eat and make sure I'm doing things to keep me healthy. And there's so many more problems I didn't include, but all the problems I listed are gonna be varying from person to person, and maybe the problems I had in elementary school are problems that someone has in high school, which shouldn't be happening, but it's just those problems that are gonna be different for every single person. But the point is how all these problems start to pile up more and more and more, and they start to get more complex and complex, making you feel more stressed out. However, there is hope. But the good thing is, the more we're able to do things, the easier they get. It's kind of like practicing a sport. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And I know there's probably be a lot of comments saying, oh, what about situations where like you can't really stop those things? Like maybe there's a bad accident with like a family member, or something happens to your friend and you can't really avoid that. Those are situations that were out of control and you can't do anything about that. However, I'm talking about situations where you can control it and you can get better at. When, like, for example, when it comes to like friendship problems, you get yourself into a bad friendship, you learn from that friendship, and you are able to understand that you are not going to be looking for those same things you were looking in that past friendship. And you can use that knowledge from the bad friendship into future friendships that you're going to make later on in life. However, the more we're able to do the same things over and over and over, the better we get at it and the better we feel about our own lives, because we're better at handling those types of situations and we don't get stressed over it too easily. So even though life doesn't get easier, we can make ourselves feel better about our own lives, even though life may get harder sometimes, and make it easier. It's those joys and laughs and cries and pains in our lives that teach us how to be better. And we can use those experiences as future knowledge to help us make better decisions and also make us feel better about ourselves. However, I think the most important thing to remember is that life is not meant to be hard or easy or any of those things. Life is an experience and we're just meant to navigate through life and handle whatever it throws at us, but we can use our knowledge to better handle those situations. That's all I basically wanted to say about that topic, about how life, it may not get easier and it may get harder, or also maybe vice versa. It's just about how you're able to handle these situations and how your outlook is on life. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about in the vlog today, and I hope you enjoyed it. Also, I'm noticing that you guys are responding better to like me talking to the camera and having these sorts of talks about life rather than me just filming my day. I don't know why that's the case, because I feel like when I make these type of videos, they're not very well structured. It's very raw and just kind of disorganized sometimes, because it's just basically whatever I'm thinking about throughout the day or whatever my thoughts are at the current moment. And I don't plan any of these like video topics out except when I do video essays. You guys just seem to be really enjoying whenever I make these type of videos. So let me know down in the comments below if you guys want me to keep doing these type of videos, or if you want me to like talk about different things. So just let me know down in the comments below. Or if there are any specific topics you want me to talk about, let me know down below. So as always, I will see you in tomorrow's video. Goodbye.